Knott's Berry Farm, located in Buena Park, California, is home to many great rides, shows, and events, mixing thrills with great theming. The park is home to 9 roller coasters at the time of writing the script, with the 10th on the way, being Montezuma, the Forbidden Fortress. I have been visiting Knott's for years now, so I think I have a pretty good grasp on which coasters I enjoy the most and how I would rank them. So today, I'll be doing just that. Here are all of Knott's Berry Farm's roller coasters ranked from worst to best. Before we get into the list, I just wanted to say that if you are new here and enjoy roller coaster content, to please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Also, everything I say in this video is my personal opinion. Okay, now let's get into the ranking. Number 10. Well, just kidding, there are only 9 coasters at Knott's. Number 9. Pony Express, a motorbike coaster built by Zamperola. Pony Express is a mild launch coaster towards the back of the park. It starts with a decently punchy launch and winds its way towards the back of Calico River before turning around in a tunnel and hitting the brakes. On paper, this sounds like a fun family ride. However, in reality, this ride kinda blows. It has super uncomfortable restraints that tighten on your back, making it hard to breathe if pressed down too tight. On top of this, the ride is super short, so the trains always stack, leaving you gasping for air on the final brake run. I have never gotten off this ride happy, which is why it's at number 9. Number 8. Snoopy's Tender Paw Twister, a kiddie coaster built by Zamperola. This is the newest roller coaster to open at Knott's. It's short and a very mild ride, but still good for the little ones. The load and unload process is a huge pain, and the seats are very tight. But at the end of the day, it was designed for kids and not for adults, so this makes sense. The layout is very simple, consisting of some low-speed helices, but it does throw in a fun tire booster launch halfway through the layout, and you do get to go around twice. I also really enjoy the Camp Snoopy theming while on ride, and it even features a water effect. Solid kids coaster. Number 7, Ghostrider, a large park wild mouse coaster built by Mack Rides. This ride is actually decent if it weren't for one major issue. Due to a problem with loading and unloading in the past, the ride's lap bar restraints were fit with a shin guard. This is basically a lightly padded metal bar that rests on your shins. It is very uncomfortable and ruins the ride for me. Otherwise, this ride is your standard wild mouse model you can find at other parks, such as various Legoland parks, Canada's Wonderland, and more. A lot of people have issues with the ride having harsh trim brakes, and I have seen footage of this myself, but I've personally never experienced it. Still, even with the bad restraints, it is still better than a kid's coaster and being suffocated by a plastic pony. Number 6. Jaguar, a Tivoli family coaster built by Xcelerator. Jaguar is a very interesting ride. To start, it has the best themed queue at Knott's, taking you through a Mayan temple full of murals, statues, and skulls. The trains are very long, but the seats are quite small. If you can, I highly recommend taking a whole row to yourself. It makes this ride much more enjoyable. Also, be prepared to bring all of your items with you, including backpacks. Most enthusiasts will tell you that this ride is forceless, but I'm here to say that's not quite the case. It has forces, they're just odd. This ride has some quick moments, particularly the first helix over the entry plaza, which also gives good laterals, and the turns around the trees by Camp Snoopy are also really fun. However, most of the ride runs like a glorified monorail. It isn't a bad ride by any means, just not really a good one. It does give really good views of the park's Fiesta Village land. However, all of the other roller coasters I put ahead of Jaguar are rides that I must ride on every visit, but Jaguar is not one of them. Don't skip this if you've never ridden it, just be mindful of the long lines this ride can get. Next up is where I would have put Montezuma's Revenge if that ride was still operating. However, the ride is currently being transformed into Montezuma, the Forbidden Fortress, which does look like it should be a fun coaster, but I do miss the classic shuttle loop that used to reside at Knott's. It truly was a special ride. Number 5, Silver Bullet, an inverted looping coaster built by B&M. Silver Bullet is an odd one. It has very, very mild forces, especially compared to other inverted coasters, but it has a great layout. In my personal opinion, it has one of the best layouts of any invert out there. Hot take, I know. The drop is a joke. I mean, it really isn't a drop, but more so a ramp. The inversions are fine. The final 2 corkscrews are the best ones on the ride. Where the ride really excels is the overbank turn before the Cobra roll and the super intense over-the-lake helix that it uses as the grand finale. This ride is also very smooth, and the operations are fast. I almost never have to wait more than 20 minutes for Silver Bullet, even on a busy day, because they are just pumping guests through this ride constantly. At night, this coaster seems to run like a totally different ride. If you're visiting Scary Farm, don't sleep on a midnight Silver Bullet night ride if possible. Just don't jeopardize your night rides on Ghostrider. But hey, we'll get to that one later. Number 4, Sierra Sidewinder, a spinning coaster built by Mack Rides. Sierra Sidewinder is a small but super intense spinning roller coaster. For some reason, this ride is located in Camp Snoopy, which is the kids area of the park. This is not a kids ride. When it's running good, and you get an off-balance car, this ride is more intense than Silver Bullet and potentially even Hangtime. The layout on its own would make for a very solid family coaster, but then you add the spinning factor and it just makes it that much better. Do beware of the long lines, as this is a very popular ride. It's just that good and definitely the most underrated roller coaster at Knott's. Number 3, Hangtime, an infinity coaster built by Xcelerator. Hangtime is a full package to me. You get great trains with only lap bars, a vertical lift hill, a beyond vertical drop, airtime, positive Gs, and some laterals. The only issue is the main force that it lacks, hangtime. That's right, Hangtime has no hangtime. I get hangtime is a surfing term, but it's just funny to me that the ride called Hangtime has no hangtime. The layout is okay, it's not the best, but the forces are there. This ride isn't the smoothest, it's a little bit shaky. There is a shocking pothole in the middle of the corkscrew as you are upside down, but it really isn't that bad. It also looks amazing at night. The coaster has a fantastic lighting package which just enhances the experience for me. Definitely try to ride Hangtime at night if you can. Number 2, Accelerator, an Accelerator coaster built by Intamin. Xcelerator is a pure powerhouse. Boasting one of the world's few hydraulic launch systems, you rocket straight out of the station at 82 miles per hour, and you reach that impressive speed in just over 2 seconds. You then shoot up a 200-foot tall top hat, which gives great airtime in both the front and the back. The rest of the ride sends you blasting around 2 overbanked turns, which are great positive force moments that make me gray out every single ride. It is very short, but every second of it is nuts, and will keep you needing to catch your breath at the end. This ride is good in any row, but absolutely elite up front. Keep in mind, you will have to wait extra for the first 2 rows of the train, but if it's your first visit to Knott's, it's definitely worth it. Number 1, the Knott's Giga. Number 1, Ghostrider, a wooden coaster built by Custom Coasters International, but retracked and renovated by Great Coasters International. Back when I first rode Ghostrider, I hated it. It was rough, slow, and forceless. Now it's a world-class Woody. In 2016, the ride was overhauled with new track and trains, and it runs like a dream. The first half is very floaty. Then it reaches a slow turnaround section. You then hit the legendary drop off the mid-course. This ride never has trims, so you launch down into the structure for an ejector and lateral-filled second half. The final helix is almost not banked at all and will leave you pinned to your side. It is a near-perfect ride. Everyone's biggest issue with Ghostrider seems to be slowly being solved, and that's the operations. It has very slow dispatches, but recently the crew has been rolling trains, leading to shorter wait times. If you go to the park on a busy day, do prepare to wait for a few hours for this masterpiece. If you get the chance to ride at night, especially during Scary Farm, do it. It is one of the best night rides in the world. Well, there you have it. That's how I rank all the coasters at Knott's Berry Farm. Let me know in the comments if you agree and how you would rank the coasters here, and be sure to like the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.